Welcome back to Troy's Garage. My name's Troy. This is my garage. In today's video, we are working on the rear differential. We got to get the oil drained, make sure that everything in there looks healthy, and replace the oil with some good stuff, and then get it all sealed back up. Well, get it sealed back up, then replace the oil, and then get the rear drive shaft all cleaned up and ready to go. In the previous video, we did the carrier bearing and installed the front half of the drive shaft. So that video will be, well, somewhere on my channel, maybe linked above if I can remember to do it. Anyway, let's get started. I got tools, I got my creeper crawler, I got my drain pan, just ready to go. Let's do it. There's the rear diff. It also appears we're going to be doing a pinion seal. Boy, doesn't that sound fun. All right, so I'm not seeing the tab that tells what the gear ratio is and stuff. I'm not sure exactly what rear end this is. Looking for casting marks. There are some numbers all over this thing. I don't know without Googling what any of these mean. But I'm going to get this pulled apart, get it cleaned up, and then we'll take a closer look at casting numbers and whatnot. The very first thing I'm going to do, though, is try to get this drain plug out. If I can't get that drain plug out, draining it seems a little bit pointless because you wouldn't be able to fill it back up when you get it put back together. So I'm going to work on that piece for a second and see what I can do. Cleaning that thing and getting it out of there. It is not, that looks like a 3/8. Be right back. More tools. Always happens. Never fails. Happens all the time. Sheesh. The wheels on my creeper are starting to be an issue. Okay, so it is a 3/8. Got out there and questioned myself. Don't ever do that. Do not question it. Lefty. Whoop, 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 whoop. Take it easy. Take it easy. In fact, let's get that back there. Oofta. Don't know. Hate drain plugs like this. Ooh, it's moving. Okay. Since that came out easy enough, let's scope it out. Let's see. Yep, smells like gear oil. Oh, I was going to get gloves. Can't get my finger down inside there. There is some fluid in there, though. That's good. It's at least something. We know that because it's leaking. May not have much in it, but it has at least this much because it's still dripping from there. So that's a thing. Now that I know I can get the drain plug out, let's put it back in and start taking out the rest of these bolts. Sheesh. Let's do it right-handed maybe. Maybe that'll help. Yeah, sure does. Huh. Who thought that was a right-handed drain plug? You guys probably knew that. Okay, what size are these? 9/16. Holy crap, what a guess. What a guess. Loosey McGoosey. Okay, we're going to need some leverage here. There's one. There's two. I could cheat and use air tools, but I like to show you guys that you can do these things without using crazy amounts of really expensive tools. I do have sufficient for my needs, air tools and whatnot, and I do use them when I'm in a hurry or my shoulders hurt or something. But today, feeling pretty good. So let's just get after it and manhandle the crap out of this thing. My shoulder will hurt after I try to lift this thing out of there. I've heard people say that this gear assembly thing weighs 75 pounds or so. Something like that. All right, let's size did I say that was? 9/16. Yep, need the rabbit inch. 9/16. Make sure we're going lefty-loosey. Ooh, that's not gonna fit on there. That guy. Yep, my shoulders are definitely gonna hurt when this is over. Need room to get closer. Let's go. Oh no, my wrench is stuck on it. Okay, now I'm committed. Gotta get the nut clear off to get my wrench off. See, don't worry about it. You just take the wrench or the bolt off or the nut. Jeez, losing my mind. Then your wrench comes off. Anyway, I'm gonna get these all the way off. I'll bring you guys back when I pop the seal and start draining the fluid. So back in a flash. The magic of editing. And we're back. Just like that. Magic of editing. All right, let's see if we can break this seal. Get some fluid to drop out of here without smashing my fingers. Sheesh. Somebody RTV'd the crap out of this thing. It's like super glue. So I wanted to show you one thing that I found. And that is, and I knew that these copper O-rings were on, or O-rings, these copper washers are on there. They're basically crush washers, similar that you would use on a drain plug of when you're changing oil or whatnot. Some of these are so caught in there that they're just getting mangled trying to come back out again. So I'm just in the process of ripping all those out to get them out of the way, and maybe that's one less thing that will keep pressure on this thing from popping loose. So I'm busting those things off, and then when I get this thing started to crack open, we'll get the camera out for the B-roll. Got it! That oil doesn't look horrible, but I've seen better. Where'd the hammer go? I was in such a panic to get the drain plug under there, drain pan, but I just set my hammer down somewhere. There, I'll just use this one. It's the same one, in case you were wondering. There it goes. That'll get it. Thing's got a good seal, that's for sure. My gosh, that took some doing. Definitely smells like gear oil, chucklehead. Why do I keep setting my hammer down behind me? Don't understand. There we go. Let's get this party started. So as you can see, I got my going to town shirt on again because, well, I made a bunch of progress. I wasn't planning on working when I came out here, but, you know, things happen. I crawled underneath the truck to see how that thing was doing and finally decided to just, I had to get it out of there. But to get to that point, things escalated quickly. I had to bust out the slide hammer. There's the driver's side axle right there. This right here is the passenger side axle that has seen better days. When I got that thing out, that black portion of the seal right there was halfway out, grease had spilled out of the thing. It doesn't feel the same as this one does. So I put my going to town shirt on and went into the O'Reilly's and ordered a new bearing for this side. That side is adequate. It's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. We're going to replace this one. And let me grab a flashlight right here. I'm going to replace the axle seal in there as well. The brake components look okay. They're not perfect, but they aren't leaking or anything like that. So we're going to leave the rears alone for sure. Let's go around to the passenger side. So this is the side that had the wheel bearing issue. It was leaky. I mean, it was just looked like a big old rust ball, but it was rusty grease. So that's what made me decide we're doing the seals on it, and that's just the way it is. Again, the brakes look fine. There's not any undue wear. There's no grooving inside there. While I have the drums off, I'm gonna give them a quick scuff, treat them with rust reformer, and paint them flat black just like everything else. I also ordered a pinion seal, and I wonder if you can see why. Because that part looks great, that part not so much. So it's clearly leaking from somewhere inside there. I still need to get that pulled apart and double check the actual pinion itself, make sure that nothing's wrong with it. We're going to clean all the pumpkin gears and all that stuff before we put it all back together as well. Make sure everything is clean and ready for the next 50 years of use. So that said, we're on a little bit of a hold because we're waiting for parts. The O'Reilly's had access to those parts at their distribution center, but not at the store that I go to. So no worries, no harm, no foul. We'll go pick those up tomorrow and then just get busy cranking away on all the things. There are things that I can do in the meantime. Paint the brake drums, get the pumpkin torn apart, cleaned up. Not torn apart, but the pinion off, get the pinion seal out of it. Just getting everything ready for being replaced. But generally, I just need to clean up. This place is a wreck and it's driving me crazy. I feel like the walls are closing in on me. Ever feel like that? That's how I feel. Anyway, I'm going to do a cleanup, get rid of the tools that I don't need, get those put away so I can find them again when I need them. Maybe do some painting tonight so that those fumes can go away. I do wear my respirator when I do that, so safety first. Let's get cleaning, let's get sanding or scuffing and painting.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back.
Welcome to my paint booth. This is my dust-free environment, as you can clearly see by that rag right there. Both drums are painted. Drive shaft, the back half of the drive shaft is complete. I didn't do this. It's going to be fine. It'll be fine. I still got to get the yoke off, get that thing all cleaned up, clean both surfaces so they can get mated back together. Waiting on parts for everything else. I wanted to get these painted so that they had plenty of time to dry. Put it on thick, extra thick. It's going to take a while to dry. That's what I'm saying. All right, attempt number 2. Memory card had a little glitch, so hopefully I don't lose this footage. Here's a quick update. I got the rear diff pulled apart finally and out of the truck. I've never worked on a Ford 9-inch before, and all the other differentials that I've ever worked on just have the cap on the back, and you can take the cap off, drain the fluid, that's all I really wanted to do was drain the fluid. So, but I ended up having to pull the axles, and now I've got myself into a fix. That one right there needs a new bearing on it. I've been fighting it all day, trying to use this thing to get that bearing pulled off. I went to the store and bought random things that are not going to work. So I'm going to have to take that to a shop and have them press off that bearing and press a new one back on again. I already bought the bearing. It's right there. I've got 2 new seals for the end of the axles, both sides. So I can put those on while I wait. I got a new gasket for the rear diff, so I can get this all put together, get the driver's side all done. So that's what this one is here. Driver's side, labeled them so that anyway, get them back in the right spots. That's really the update. I've still got to get under there and clean the diff hole thing, get that surface all cleaned up. It has RTV or gasket maker or something all over it, so I've got to get that all cleaned off so I can get a good seal. I'm not going to video any of that just because it's, I mean, you've seen that done, whatever. I'll show you the finished product when I get it all put back together. I can get the driver's side all completely put back together, and then I'm waiting on this one. So if I can get to that point, I was hoping to drive this thing today. I say that so many times, it drives me crazy. But if I can get that far and still have time, I'm going to start on the fronts, getting those pulled apart. I just want to check and repack those bearings, driver's side and passenger side. Got to make sure this thing is roadworthy for about a 4.5 hour drive from Salt Lake to St. George, Utah. All that said, I got to get this thing put back in the truck. And almost forgot, I can throw this away as soon as I tell you about it. This is the old pinion seal. The new pinion seal is down in there. You can kind of see that rust colored down in there. That is the new seal. Ready to roll. So this can now go in the garbage. All right, I got the diff underneath the truck all cleaned up and ready to roll. I'm using this stuff here. Prime Seal gasket sealant with brush applicator, type 3 aviation. Because we be flying. So just putting a light coat on each surface, mating the two together, helps provide that initial seal. And then, of course, when you torque things down, it seals for good. All right, let's do this and get it on the truck. That and get it on the truck. Let's go. microphone setup that I got for Christmas was a fail, wasn't it? I won't be using that anymore. I'm actually recording this on my brand new GoPro. I just got it, and it's working out fantastic. I'm coming to you from the future at this point. So in the next video, we get the truck off jack stands and we are driving it again. So be sure and stay tuned, like, comment, share, all those things. Helps me out. I really do appreciate that. And more stuff coming. We're going to get back working on Midnight Maroon. That's a dent side Ford 1979 F250. It's two-wheel drive. We replaced the engine in that during the COVID time, the COVID Rona period, and it's been on jack stands ever since. So I am highly motivated to get that thing up and running again, so stay tuned for that as well. Appreciate you guys watching, following along, interacting with the videos, that sort of thing. It really helps me out a lot. If you've made it this far in the video, you're a true fan. I really do appreciate that. Check those links down below for ways that you can support the channel. Appreciate it, and we'll see you guys in the next video.